So I just watched Hokum, and I'm kind of torn on this one, not gonna lie. Hokum was written and directed by Damien McCarthy and follows Bowman, a successful writer who goes to his deceased parents' honeymoon spot to spread their ashes where he uncovers a dark secret. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of unfamiliar with Adam Scott's game. I'm mostly familiar with his work in comedy, but I've yet to see Severance, so I really have no idea what he's like in a more serious role, and I thought he did a pretty good job here. And I really liked his character. Most horror films kind of go for the whole likable protagonist thing, but this film decided nah, and I really respect that. I think that having an a-hole character is actually really fun, and it led to some really funny moments. But every other character that's not played by Adam Scott is kind of forgettable to me. I really didn't care for most of the characters. There's one homeless guy that has some good moments, but I don't know. In general, was not that into the characters. But yeah, another thing that kind of threw me off with this movie is that there are three different things going on that are very loosely connected to each other. The film tries to put a bow on it in the end, but I feel like that it was a pretty lame excuse and still just narratively didn't really work for me. And I feel like if they were to somehow make a stronger connection between these different storylines, then this film would have been way better off for it, or even cutting some of these things out. But I don't know, it's all there and it doesn't really all work. But with that being said, the scares are extraordinarily good. It's kind of crazy. This is kind of a weird instance where I wasn't really that into the story, yet somehow the scares are just so good. The film does a tremendous job of building tension and setting up this atmosphere that is really claustrophobic at times. And the tension really doesn't let go. Once this film gets going, it's going, and it's really intense. And yeah, there's just a lot of great scares. There's just one scare in particular involving a TV that I thought was really creative. And yeah, this film is just surprisingly scary. I really loved it. And I think the scares in and of itself are worth the price of admission. This film is also funny at times. There's a lot of good laughs I got from this. This film is pretty self-aware, and not in an MCU type of way, but more so in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. And yeah, I thought the film had a lot of funny moments. I will say that there's a lot of gags involving foreshadowing, and I thought that it was a little bit too heavy-handed. There's parts where someone will say something and then you immediately know what's going to happen next. It's not subtle whatsoever. And part of me thinks that Damien McCarthy thought this was really clever, or maybe he knew it was really dumb, or maybe he knew that it was really dumb and thinks that that is clever. I don't know. But either way, it kind of made some things pretty predictable in my opinion. But yeah, this is just a little bit heavy-handed at times. Also, the film is shot very well. It's very atmospheric, and that adds a lot to the tension. There is one shot in particular that comes to mind involving an elevator of sorts. And yeah, just a really good scare. It's shot very well. The lighting is very dark, and it uses a lot of shadows. And yeah, I just really like the atmosphere of this film. And yeah, it's just such a complicated film for me, because where the story didn't grab me at all, the scares in and of itself just make this a worthwhile movie. So with all of that being said, I think I'm going to give Hokum a 6 out of 10. Also, sorry for being gone. I've been out of town the last couple of weeks and haven't had time to make any videos, but I did watch Project Hail Mary and Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So I thought I would just give a quick little bite-sized review of those. Project Hail Mary, really fun, looks great. Ryan Gosling gave a great performance. It's really heartwarming, very hope-core. And I'm going to be giving Project Hail Mary an 8 out of 10. And then Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I'm a fan of Lee Cronin. I've enjoyed his previous 2 films, but this one didn't really grab me as much as others. I felt like the film was a little bit too reliant on grossness and gore and really nothing else. There were some good performances in here, but in general, I just thought that the scare factor wasn't really there. It was just trying to be gross, and it did succeed in that. But yeah, just definitely should have had other stuff going on as well. But I have to, give props to the practical effects that was going on. It was really effective, but the whole gore stuff is just not really for me. So I'm gonna be giving Lee Cronin's Mummy a 5 out of 10. Alright, thank you for watching the video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you later.
And there's not another human in view. And